Good morning, Mark Soderberg with ADM Investor Services with your morning ag market update. Next trade here overnight as we get closer to the pause. Prices are firming up. Corn right now is 3 cents higher, 5 to 6 better in the soybeans, both sitting at or near session highs. Wheat prices just steady to about a penny better. Mixed trade in the products. Soybean meal, that is up $2, while bean oil lags a little bit, down about 15 points. Weather-wise here in the U.S., the rains across the western Corn Belt and northern plains much of this week is slowly sliding to the east. Rainfall coverage over the next week is expected to be heaviest across the central Midwest, with 2 to 3 inches likely for Missouri, along with central and southern Illinois. While its impact on this year's corn and soybean yields is expected to be minimal, it will help ease drought conditions that have spiked here in recent weeks, while also boosting soil moisture reserves for this year's winter wheat crop, which is currently being planted. Decent harvest progress likely been scored across the south central and southeastern Midwest this week. However, minimal progress across the West. Yesterday's updated drought monitor showed U.S. corn acres in drought jumped 12% to 25%, the highest since April, while bean acres in drought, they surged 14% to 36%, the highest since March. And in winter wheat, the drought areas there increased 6% to 44%, that being the highest in 10 months. A forecast in South America, also crop-friendly. Rains in Argentina and southern Brazil remain timely. Scattered rains are expected to start filling in across west central areas of Mato Grosso do Sul by the end of September, bringing an end to their dry season as farmers there prepare to plant a record amount of soybeans. Markets eagerly await news on a phone conversation between President Trump and Chinese President Yi that is expected at some point today. In addition to discussing the sale of Chinese-owned TikTok, their talks will likely cover trade and tariffs. I would not expect to see a trade deal announced today, but remain hopeful of a planned face-to-face meeting sometime this fall. While leaving the UK yesterday, President Trump did indicate he had a very good relationship with China, which likely contributed to the soybean strength here overnight. Meanwhile, China still not booked any U.S. soybeans for the 25-26 marketing year. Bean commitments are still down 36% year over year versus USDA forecasts of down 10%. Wire services are also reporting China did approve another 96 genetically modified varieties of corn and 2 soybeans as they look to boost their domestic agricultural production. Barge rates across the interior riverways have increased as water levels have dropped. Rains here over the next week should help provide some relief here. Inside trade still for Dees corn overnight, despite the 3-cent rally, holding just very close to its 100-day moving average. I think any hope for a late-year rally in corn will likely be driven by expectations for U.S. production to be lowered by several hundred million bushels, which could happen. It did last year. U.S. exports remain strong as they need to in order to reach the lofty USDA forecast. Inside trade for Nove beans, support is at the 100-day moving average at 10.31. Longer-term resistance at the summer high at 10.74 1/4. I think the seasonal lows for beans are in, given this year's lower acreage base. I look for beans to hold above that $10 level. However, the upside may be limited until we get a trade deal done with China. The U.S. window for sales to China continues to narrow. Quiet trade in wheat. Western Australia did raise their wheat production forecast 4.4% to 11.8 million metric tons. Harvest in Ukraine is pretty much wrapped up as they shift their attention to corn, where harvest there is only 2%. Thanks for listening, everyone. Have a great Friday and a great weekend.